Hi guys! Welcome to today's video. I know I said I was going to upload this yesterday, but things came up so I didn't get a chance to. So today we're going to be ranking the Disney All-Star resorts from worst to best in my opinion. I have stated all of them. Those 3 resorts I've stayed at. So, Disney All-Star resorts consist of All-Star movies, music, and sports. Now, if you're more into the movies, that's your resort. If you like music, that's going to be the resort you want. If you're into sports, that's going to be your section. So, we are going to start by my least favorite Disney All-Star resort. So, number 3 for me is going to be All-Star movies. I know All-Star movies is known to be more popular, and here's why it's bottom on my list. Disney All-Star movies is the biggest out of the All-Star resorts in my opinion. Now, they may actually be the same sized, but to me they're laid out in a way where you're walking more than the other 2. And here's what I mean by that. In your main lobby, when you walk straight out, you have, I think it's called Fantasia. Fantasia's next to the pool. Then you have walkway going this way, walkway going that way, and a walkway straight to the back, where you have Herbie section, Duck, I think it's like Mighty Ducks, and then on your sides you got Toy Story and Dalmatians. Now, if you like Toy Story and Dalmatians, you are a little close to the lobby, but you're not as close as you think you are. When I stayed at All-Star Movies, I was put in the Herbie Love Bug section. It took us forever to walk to the front lobby from the very back of the resort. So if you have a walking problem or you have a handicap disability, you might want to request a room closer even if you didn't book preferred. If you don't know that resort has way bigger walking distances, you might want to consider upgrading or asking if there's a room that's available more for your standards or more for your needs that you have. The second reason why I do not like staying at All-Star Movies is it is very kid crowded. All the value resorts are going to be very kid populated. But, All-Star Movies seems to be extremely crowded with children. And it's because most of the rooms are themed like the movies. You have all the big characters and the food court, and it just is very, very busy with kids. Now, the pros of staying at All-Star Movies is they have more buses that go to music and movies than they do sports. That is a pro. Their food court seems to be a little bigger than the rest of them, and their pools are bigger. That to me is the pros. The cons, there's a lot of kids. You have to walk pretty far. Check-in is always very busy, no matter what time you go and where you're staying inside the complex. And, the buses, like I said, it's take it or leave it with those buses, though. You will see so many Magic Kingdom buses for movies than you would sports. That's why, like I said, that's why it's third for me. I don't prefer staying at movies. The other reason why I do not prefer staying there, the pricing. If you go on Disney World's actual website and you look at the prices for All-Star Sports, music, and movies is higher than music and sports. I don't agree with that. If you're staying at a value resort, you should pay the same price for those value resorts, no matter what is happening or what time of year it is. Just because it's themed like movies, you have to pay $20, $30 more. And I don't think that's right. So, that's why All-Star Movies to me is the worst All-Star All-Star resort. Number 2 on my list is actually gonna be sports. And the reason why, to me, it was take it or leave it between music and sports. It's close though. I would stay at sports again, but the reason why it's second on my list is the busing. The busing is a huge problem for All-Star Sports. When the buses pull into All-Star Sports, they offload first. So if you get a bus from Epcot or Hollywood Studios, or Animal Kingdom, or Magic Kingdom, or wherever you're getting a bus from, it'll pull in, and only a few people get off. You're stuck standing for a good 10-20 minutes. You're stuck standing for about 10 minutes until they go to the next resort. They go to the next resort, drop people off, hurry up and take a seat as soon as they drop people off. Soon as the next load comes on, they're going to take them seats. So by the time you get to movies, all the seats are taken. So, like I said, if you're staying at movies, you may not get a seat on a bus when the buses show up. But for sports, their buses have problems offloading. For me, my preferred busing is at music. Music, the buses are in the middle. They're not as crowded or as packed, so you might have a chance of getting a seat. The other reason why sports is second with the busing, I went to Magic Kingdom about a week or two ago. I was staying at All-Star Sports. I saw 3 movie buses and 2 music buses come before 1 All-Star Sports showed up to pick us up. We stood at that bus stop for a good 20-30 minutes waiting for a bus to take us back to the resort. So to me, I don't feel like All-Star Sports gets a lot of buses as the others do. Epcot, same thing. We waited a while for an Epcot bus to come get us, and we waited a while for Hollywood Studios bus to come get us. So if you are one that doesn't like to wait for buses, or you don't like standing on buses, might not want that resort, because that resort, you may have to stand or, wait a long time for a bus to show up. As in if you're staying at movies. Best place to get a bus is movies, obviously. Best place to not get a bus is sports. And, also another thing that's a little bit annoying with All-Star Sports, if you're staying in the month of February or January, be advised of the sporting events that are happening. That resort will get jammed with people. Cheerleading event happens in that resort. They have a tent set up, and that's where cheerleading happens. They have the Disney Half Marathon weekend, so all those resorts, the All-Star resorts, really bump up, especially sports, because it's a sports resort. We went during February, and it was crowded, mobbed. So if you're not a fan of heavy events, the All-Star Sports might not be the one for you. So in my opinion, sports has a great, their cafeteria is cool, a little slow. We had a really bad service experience at All-Star Sports last week. I wanted chicken nuggets and fries, that was it. I stood there and they walked by maybe 5 or 6 times before they even said anything to me. I think I stood there for a good 10 minutes before I even was waited on, and I said something. I was like, hey, can I get some nuggets, please? So their service is a little slow. Their employees are a little bit rude, too. For some reason, they have a little bit of an attitude problem. They gave my mom attitude when she asked for the bell cart. So, I don't know, that resort just seems a little run down. It's also not renovated yet, so if you want a more modern resort, one that's updated, one that has the pull-down beds and the coffee maker, might want to stay at movies or music, because All-Star Sports has not been renovated yet. So, that's just a heads up that All-Star Sports is not renovated. So, number 1, my favorite All-Star resort is music. I stayed at music last year. It's renovated. You get a good amount of buses that come flowing through that resort because it's in the middle, so there's always a bus coming or going by. So to me, All-Star Music has a good section for buses. I always was sitting on the buses when we went, and like I said, when you get picked up from the park, movies and music seem to have more of a selection for buses. Also, the only downfall about music is some of their hotel sections are a little far from the lobby. So if you didn't book preferred, you might be walking a little bit to the lobby. We stayed in the Broadway section, and it was quite a walk back to the lobby from our hotel room. So that's just a little warning if you don't mind walking far. Like, I don't mind walking far. That's okay. As in sports, I stayed in the Hoops Hotel section, and it was not even that far of a walk to the lobby. So take it or leave it where you get in your resort. For me, Music has a phenomenal pool. I love the style of the pool. Their cafeteria is very nice, very big. Staff is quick there to me. I didn't have any issues with any of the employees at Music when I stayed there last time, and I was checked in and checked out super quick. My other pro tip for staying in an all-star resort, even though it says 3 p.m. check-in on your app or your reservation, try to check in early. We have gotten there 3 times in the mornings around like 11, and the room's been ready. We were able to go right to our room. Even though it says 3 p.m., if you go there and let them know, hey, I'm here, they can say, would you like a room now? That's anything that's available, or do you want a room that you prefer later in the day? If you want to stay in like Calypso or somewhere close, say, oh, I'll wait for this room, we'll go do something. Then you'll have to wait closer to 3. If you just get anything that's available, they can get you a room probably right away. So, last few times we've come, the rooms have been ready as soon as we get there. So, that's why All-Star Music is my favorite resort. I like the style. I like how quick it is. I feel like the buses get in and out pretty quick. I don't have to stand normally. My foot is itching. I'm sorry. And I think staff is very friendly. So, let me know what y'all think, what your favorite All-Star Resort is, and if you stayed there before, or if you want to stay there now. Also, you can give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Leave a comment down in the section below of what you would like me to talk about next, and hit that subscribe button and that bell notification so you can get updated on all the latest videos I'm making. And I hope to see y'all around next time. Bye!